All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. And we do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorant called Jesus Christ. Shema Yasharala Yahweh, Alahaya Nawa Yahweh Chet. That means, Hero Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And just to share with you, the only begotten means is the firstborn of everybody. Okay? Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorant calls Christ. Again, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is the firstborn of all creatures. See? Colossians chapter 1 and verse. This Colossians chapter 1 verse 12, giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who have delivered us from the power of darkness, and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible power, which is God, the firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. And he is the head of the body, church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that all things he might have the preeminence. Right? For it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell. And having made peace through the blood of his cross, his burden, which he had to carry, his burden, which was what? Dying for the nation of Israel. Prove all things. Matthew 1 and 21. And he shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Prove all things. This is Acts chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than man. The God of our fathers raised up Jesus, whom he slew and hanged on a tree. Him had God exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. And we are his witnesses of these things. For the witnesses, Israelites. And just because I'm going in it, I might as well cut it thin. Romans chapter 9 verse 1, I say the truth in Christ, I lie not. My conscience also bear me witness in the Holy Ghost, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth, and this is Paul, to whom pertaineth the adoption, coming back, and the glory, bodies, different bodies, and the covenants, all the covenants, okay, all the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of God, and the promises, who are the fathers and and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came. Again, who are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came. Right? So the flesh, let's go back up to verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Now, when you go down to 5, who are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came, who is over all, Yahweh blessed forever. Amen. All right. Again, start at 5. For who are the fathers, and whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came. There we go. Boom. So yeah, a lot of things happen. A lot of things happening. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. Hey, the water to the brother Mark Jackson. Sending in your ties. The water, brother. Much appreciated to the ministry. Yahweh Shem Shabbat. Um, yeah, man, a lot of things are happening this week. Hey, a lot of stuff going on in Kentucky. A lot of landslide, a lot of flooding, people dying, things was going to happen. And everything I'm approved through the Spirit, which is the Bible, of Yahweh Bashem, Hamashiach Yahushua, and everything will be proven. Everything is going to be proven. Um, all right, man, prophecies is happening all over the place. You got China threatening the U.S. That's good. Pelosi, what you doing there anyways? I mean, why y'all? America is always in the middle of somebody's stuff. That's like, why you in everybody else's affairs? Stick to your own. America's always doing it, and we follow after. We really do, because we always in everybody else's business instead of our own. Instead of dealing with the stuff that is happening here, we all over there giving everybody else stuff, dipping in their stuff, talking to them about what they doing, about what they should be doing instead of handling the stuff that's at home. America's always been like that. And our people too. Our people, we do the same thing America do. We always in everybody else's stuff. Uh, 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 give me a second. I'm trying to help brothers and sisters out. Okay, Salakia again. Let me get a precept because this is Most High been talking about him since it started. Most High is always going in on Esau, and y'all just gotta pay attention to it. Watch this. Habakkuk 2:5, and this is why they say don't read. They say don't read the prophets or don't read the law because you're gonna start like you're gonna start seeing things, and you're gonna start. All you gotta do is look up the history. Every war, every every prophet, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Habakkuk, Isaiah, Jeremiah. All you got to do is look up the history and the captivity that they're in. That's all you got to do is look up the captivity that they're in and find out all the wars that went on. And then you're going to start seeing that all the history is speaking of the prophecies that are happening in the Bible. Bible just means records. It's in Latin. Bible means records. Okay, just do. Uh, Let me see. Watch this. All right, this is Habakkuk. I'm gonna start at 2. We're gonna go to 5. I will stand on my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, is talking about now. But at the end it shall speak. Saying it's for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak means it's going to be visible to you. Like you're it's like everything you're paying attention to on the news or all the killings and everything that's going on. The Most High is saying, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And y'all understand what I'm talking about, those who have ears to hear. And not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is like, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. But the just shall live by faith. It's talking about Esau right now. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine. By wine, he's talking about not like actual drinking wine. He's talking about doctrine. He transgressed by doctrines and learnings. Everybody got a different doctrine, but you didn't get that doctrine from the Bible. Because a lot of our people that went to church didn't open the Bible. They just listened to the pastor. But the pastor signed that 501c3 where the church is not up under a tax exempt. They're tax exempt. They're up under where they don't pay taxes in the church. Okay? Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keep it at home. It's like they're doing in China. They don't ever stay home. They always in somebody else's business. Don't even stay at home. And staying at home is just worrying about what's going on under your roof. You're always supposed to worry about what's going on under your roof. And this is just plain. This is America. They don't ever pay attention to what's going on under their own roof. They're always concerned about what's going on in everybody else. That's why America's so unhappy. Because the stuff that's going under their roof is just not going right. So whenever something under your roof is not going right, the best thing to make yourself feel better is to go over somebody else's roof and see what's going on over there. That's why they don't ever keep at home. Everybody hates America. Everybody. Don't nobody like, people don't like everybody in their business. Like, man, let me see your house first. Is your house straight? No, why are you over here then? That's why the scripture say, take the mote out of thy eye before you try to take it out of somebody else's. That means you're being a hypocrite. And it's just, man, it's like, if you can't ride a damn bike, why the hell are you telling me about riding a bike? Man, That's the same thing I have a problem with. How you gonna try to visually tell me about something that you suck in? You suck. Your stuff ain't working right, bro. Your bicycle skills is soft. Put your training wheels back on before you come over here and talk. And that's just America. America and everybody else's business. But we're gonna go through the first book of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy just means second law, right? And what's going on is Moses just repeating to all Israel, all of our ancestors, about everything that happened from Egypt until now. That's all he's going to be talking about. And he's just going to be, so whenever you want to hear about what happened in Genesis and everything else, just go start at Deuteronomy 1, and then Moses will start, and the scribes is just taking notes. The scribes are just right by Moses writing everything down. So the scribes is just writing everything what happened, what we went through, this, what wars we've been through, and what happened. He's just giving you a synopsis of he's just giving you a rundown of everything. All right. But yeah, I got this one precept to show that it's just like the Most High don't like it when you're in everybody's business. We're going to go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 11 and verse 9. Follow me there real quick. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 11. I'm going to start at 8. I'm going to start at 7. Verse 7 says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. We have a lot of people that like to blame people for this and this and that. They have not even, what can I say? How do they people do it? They haven't examined the truth. Examine the truth means how it says in John 7 and 4. It says, judge not by the appearance, but judge right judgment. It may appear it seems this way, but it's not actually that way. It just seems that way. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to my fiance, my wife. You can just call her my wife, whatever. And I was just telling her that one child can come through the room, and the other child can come in crying. It looked like the one that's not crying, then beat the one up that's crying, because she crying. Well, you can tell a hit cow. You can tell a hit cow by the way it cries. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that case right there. And I was just saying that you can't always just automatically go in on the one that's not crying because you think because she crying she did something to her because confident like she didn't beat me up. But actually, you got to examine the truth now. You got to examine the truth. You gotta ask what's going on. You separate the two of them. Because you don't want this one looking at that one all mean mug like you about to beat him up. You know what I'm saying? But blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Ask them both separately what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Understand first and then rebuke. That means correct. All right? Verse 8, answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. And that's how America is. America never examines the truth. America don't care. America don't care about anything. America just want to go to war. That's America. America never examines the truth. America just likes to go there, but that's it because they just love war. America always loved war. All right? Verse 8, answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. It says, strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. Sit not in judgment with sinners. It says, strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not. Don't strive in somebody else's business that don't concern you. It don't. Because at the end of the day, America, China gonna do what they want to do, but America always has to get in somebody else's business. That's just America. And our people have adopted the same thing. That's why the Most High wants us to repent from that, because everybody and everybody else's business. We got to repent because America, man, America everywhere. America like to say, all right, this is this one thing. You know, when I was growing up, and y'all be hanging around people, they be like, black men do this, they gang bang, and they be killing, and they kill each other. This, I'm like, I don't understand how y'all paying attention to us in this little bitty neighborhood. And America is on every damn continent killing everybody. White men on every continent kill. Why is the magnifying glass on us and not on them? I don't get it. That's because they too scared. A lot of people too scared to look at all these other nations. They haven't really realized it yet. And a lot of our people have Stockholm syndrome. That's a mental illness. When you really try to make friends with your captors. You try to be friends with your captors. You can't really be friends with your captors. You really can't do it because all their people are guilty by association. That's like if I'm in a car with somebody and they got drugs, it's not mine, but I'm still going to go to jail too, guilty by association. Even though they didn't do it, they're still on stolen land, so they're guilty by association. And the Most High don't like that. He doesn't like the fact that they haven't went back to Mount Seir, which we're about to talk about in this one. Mount Seir. You're going to find out the home of the so-called white man. I'm going to show you their actual home, which a lot of people don't know. Mount Seir in the Caucasus Mountain is their home. And we're going to find out through the Spirit of Yahweh by Shemal Shah. So let me get going. But yeah, man, America is always in somebody's business, man. So let me finish this in Ecclesiastes 11 and start at verse 9. So strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. Don't sit in judgment with sinners. You're in a matter that concern you not, you're sinning already. And don't sit in judgment with sinners. The way sinners judge, they don't judge properly. You got to go into the scriptures and find out how you're really supposed to judge. Okay, you just can't go out here and just make judgments on people. Make sure you do it right. You know what I'm saying? Verse 10, my son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain. Neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. You're not going to be able to get out of this now. You in it now. So when China just get tired of America being in their business, guess what's going to happen? War. So if America goes to war with China, guess what's going to happen? Russia's going to get into it. And then who else? India's going to get into it. All the people that are in bed with China is going to get in and go against America. Everybody's going to go against America. That is just prophecy right there. Everybody's going to go against. Everybody hates America. They don't hate us. We just so happen to be here. You can look into a lot of articles. No other country hates the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. It's just white folks they hate. Esau. It's just them. Even their own people want them gone off the face of the earth. I didn't write it. It's just there. Okay? Not my fault. Don't blame me. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. All right, let's get down to it, man. Let me share my screen. Everybody go to Deuteronomy 1. Let's share my screen real quick. Boom. So if y'all want a good app on your laptop or whatnot, this is a good one right here. It's the King James Bible Online. All right, and it has the Apocrypha in it. Okay, so when you go over here, you have the Apocrypha in here. Because a lot of these apps don't have the Apocrypha. See, First Ezra, Second Tobit, Judith, additions to Esther. All right, A lot of you females got to read this, Judith. Read Judith, an additional to Esther. What else? Susanna, especially. Susanna, especially. Right? These are good books right here. These are these are the books that are missing from the book of Malachi to the book of Matthew. It's the Apocrypha. So without knowing that before the Roman captivity, there was the Maccabees captivity, that's the Greek captivity. All right, same people, just different tribes. Same people, just different tribes. That's all. All right. All right. Okay. So we're gonna start at Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. I got notes for this too. All right. So I went there. And always too, let me get this out, is the Blue Letter Bible. And why the Blue Letter Bible? It is because it gives you the law in the Hebrew. And you always want to have the Hebrew. That way you can understand the words and get a strong meaning from them. Okay? So if I want to know what Laban means in the Hebrew, Hezrath, Disa'ab, Paran, if I want to know what Moses means, his name, I come to the Blue Letter Bible. All right. If I want to know what Mount Seir means, right? I just go over here, right? It's the interliner right here, right? It's already in the Strongs for me. And I go look up Mount, let's look up Seir, right? Seir, a hairy or shaggy, which means, not which means, but Caucasus Mountain just means hairline. This is a hairline, so let's stay home, right there. The patriarch of the Horites, the inhabitants of Edom, before the descendants of Esau, which is wrong. Oh, they lying on here. But why do y'all have the prophets and the teachers of the Most High Yahweh by Shemi Al-Shai? Because we know the Paleo Hebrew, we know how to read it, and we'll straighten it up for you. That's why when y'all have questions, y'all come to us, write in the inbox, email. Everybody should know my email anyway, so let me go there. And matter of fact, it should be, I don't know if it's in there, but I put it in here in the comments for y'all. So you can always email me. Anybody that should be able to get a hold of me, no matter who you are, should be able to get a hold of me. I teach everybody, no matter who you are. You got comments, you got complaints. My email, I put it right here in the comments. You can get to it. You can email me whatever you like. Any comments or questions, or you can just put them here. That way we get that way we get our channel in the algorithm, no matter who it is. I don't care. Don't ever let somebody tell you not to call me or have any questions. You come straight to me, not through anyone else. You can come straight to me, right? I won't exalt myself to say I'm a prophet. Well, I'll exalt myself to say I'm a teacher of the Most High. I think being a prophet is just, it's just me. All right. So yeah, let's go back over here. Cool. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan, in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran, Tophel, and Laban, and Hazarath, and Dezhah. These are a plain. When he says over in the plain is like an open field. Look at it. It's just open. Over in the plain, right? Over against the Red Sea. So this is the plain. Imagine the Red Sea right here. They're walking against the plain, walking against the Red Sea, and the Red Sea is coming all up and down here. Imagine that. So this is a plain. Notice it's an open field. Right? So like this. So verse 2. These are 11 days' journey from Horeb by the way of Mount Seir unto Kadesh Barnea. So this is like 11 days' journey. This is like going from California to North Carolina and a little bit further. That's how far they were walking, right? And it came to pass in the 14th year, in the 11th month. And now understand this. It came to pass in the 14th year, right? In the 11th month, on the first day of the month, that Moses spake unto the children of Israel according to all that the Lord had given him, in the commandment unto him, right? After he had slain Sihon, the king of the Amorites, which dwelt in Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, which dwelt in Ashtaroth and Edrei. On this side Jordan, in the land of Moab, began Moses to declare this law, saying, the Lord your power, which God just means power, the Lord your power spake unto us in Horeb, saying, ye have dwelt long enough in this mount. Turn you and take your journey, and go to the mount of the Amorites, as a Canaanite nation, and unto all the places nigh thereunto, in the plain, which y'all understand, in the plain, in the hills, and in the valley, and in the south by the seaside, to the land of the Canaanites, and unto Laban, unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Behold, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which the Lord swore unto your fathers. So, verse 8, behold, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which the Lord swore unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give unto them and to their seed after them. And I spake unto you at that time, saying, I am not able to bear you myself alone. And this is where you go into the book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 13, when he was talking about this and why he couldn't bear our people alone. Watch, you'll see. Now, pay attention to the characteristics of our people. And then you start to see us doing the same thing. Okay? Verse 10. The Lord your God hath multiplied you, and behold, you are this day as the stars of heaven for multitude. The Lord God of your fathers make you 1,000 times so many more as you are, and bless you as he hath promised you. How can I myself alone bear your cumbrance and your burden and your strife? Strife is just unrighteous competition. How we compete with each other. Our people is doing that thing. We do that now. Just our women do it most of all. Men, we do it. It's just y'all do it on a level high as us. Not saying we don't do it, but y'all get crazy with it. Y'all just compete with each other. You know, it's like an ongoing thing. All right, verse 12. How can I myself alone bear your cumbrance and your burden and your strife? Take ye wise men and understanding. Again, take ye wise men and understanding and known among your tribes, and I will make thee rulers over you. So that's what happens when you come into a land, right? To take on the burdens of all the people. So when I was saying everybody should have my email, everybody should have my number, whoever knows me, and everybody else has questions, you should be passing my number around. Why? Because we're going into it. Moses goes, how can myself alone bear your cumbrance and your burden and your strife? Take ye wise men and understanding and known among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you. I am a ruler over you. And ye answered me and said, the thing which thou hast spoken is good for us to do. Why? Because we bear the burden of the people. We help them out. We help them keep the law of the Most High. They may be discouraged at something. They may need to know something. And it's best to go to the people that's been doing this for years on end and study diligently in these scriptures that can go places and turn pages and go here. You know, Isaiah 28:9, precept upon precept, we just go here. And you learn through the precepts and through the testimonies. I'm reading through the testimonies right now, but through the testimonies, I can hit a precept here and precept here and precept there, precept here, over there. This is how it's done. You know what I mean? And ye answered me and said, the thing which thou hast spoken is good for us to do. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, and captains over fifties, and captains over tens, and officers among your tribe. And I charged your judges at that time, saying, hear the cause between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of men. Again, ye shall not be afraid of the face of men, for the judgment is God's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. So this is Moses saying, if anything is too hard for you, bring it unto him. Because Moses is going to bring it unto the angel of the Lord. Angel of the Lord is going to bring it unto the Most High. So let's go through a little bit real quick. Because respect of person and judgment. How do we do this? I just want to go in a little bit on how you judge. It's very important that I go through this on how you judge so everybody can get it together and we can make this plain as day. So you can put these precepts together and you can understand, okay, this is how we judge. Let me learn. Ecclesiastes, not Ecclesiasticus, but Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Go there. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. I'll go on here for me. So everybody can see it. If you're there, you're there. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the whole conclusion of the matter, right? Hear the whole conclusion. See these little dots? You got to pay attention to these. That means there's another step coming. All right, hear the whole conclusion of the matter. Verse 1. And the first of the matter is fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of men. When you fear God, you're going to understand the conclusion of the matter and knowing how to judge it, right? So let's go to another step. Let's go to John 7 and 24. John, not First John, but John. Book of John, chapter 7, verse 24. And it reads, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. It may appear a way, but you got to judge it right. How? You hear the whole conclusion of the matter. You find out. You find out. You separate people, and you do a diligent inquisition to both of them to find out what happened. And then you put everything together. But you never go off the rail without understanding it. You can't do that. Let's go to another precept. Deuteronomy 17 and 12. I just finished talking about that. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Chapter 17, verse 12. These are examples. Well, let's find out what presumptuously means. It's best that we find out what presumptuously means because it'll make the precept and everything else sound a whole lot better. So I'm gonna go to the blue letter. Okay, here we go. And the man that doeth presumptuously. Let's find out what presumptuously means. Oops. So the Hebrew. Presumptuously. Zardan in the Hebrew. Zardan. Presumptuously. Pride, proud. Right? Insolence, presumptuous arrogance. So when some, like I would say, let's go here. Let's get more of an understanding. Like that. I'm not trying to be all day trying to overspell it. All right. As by saying or doing something without right or permission. That's in your pride. You're doing it without a right. You don't know what you don't have the permission. You don't know what you're doing. You're just being presumptuous. You have no idea what you're doing. You're doing it anyway. You're making a judgment on somebody. You're not doing it right. You're just being presumptuous. You're in your pride. You've happened to be right about something in your past, and you grew up, and you make judgments, and you happen to be right those times. But a lot of times you are wrong. But if you don't actually know how to do it, because in the past that you were right and wrong, if you don't have the idea how the Most High wants you to do it, he says you're being presumptuous. And being presumptuous equals death to the Most High, and we can get into that. Not now. All right. This is verse 12, Deuteronomy 17 and 12. And the man that will do presumptuously, right? Without being in his pride, just doing it anyway, and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister, therefore, before the Lord thy God, who's the priest? I am. Principal officer. Or unto the judge, even that man shall die, and thou shalt put away the evil from Israel. And all the people shall hear and fear, and do no more presumptuously. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me. Hold on. That's not the one I wanted. Okay, cool. So let me go over here. After I read this one, I go up there to 9. Okay, cool. Deuteronomy 17 and 9. And thou shalt come unto the priests, the Levites, now under the Melchizedek order, all the Israelite men are the priests, because the Levites have been done away from the altar for their wickedness. All right. And that under the Melchizedek order, you can look into the book of Hebrews and everything. And thou shalt come unto the priests, the Levites, and unto the judge that shall be in those days, and inquire, and they shall shew thee the sentence of judgment. So you come to us and you find out, okay, man, what's the judgment for this, or what's the judgment for what I've done? And then I go through the scriptures and I will show you the law, and I will show you the judgment of whatever you've done. Verse 10, and thou shalt do according to the sentence which they of that place, which the Lord shall choose, shall shew thee. So you shall do the sentence. If I say this is the sentence for that, you don't veer from it, that's a sentence, you got to do it. And thou shalt observe to do according to all that they inform thee, according to the sentence of the law, which they shall teach thee, according to the judgment which they shall tell thee, thou shalt do. Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall shew thee, to the right hand nor to the left hand. You can't go, nah, gotta stay straight. Don't veer from it, stay straight. Go to the left or go to the right. And a man that will do presumptuously, now it comes to this, the man that doeth presumptuously and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister there before the Lord thy God, or unto the judge, even that man shall die. And thou shalt put away the evil from Israel. The Most High basically said, you're evil as hell for not listening to the priest. And all the people shall hear and fear, and do no more presumptuously. And when thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are round about, so all the nations that are about me. So wherever you go, if you go to Texas, wherever you go to live, that's what the Most High is saying. When thou art coming to the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, Most High gave that to you. Most High gave, trust me, he gave it to you. You didn't get that by your own hands. I don't understand how people think they got what they got because of their own doings. The Most High set that up for you. He already set everything up. He already set everything up. He already set for every day-to-day functions for everything that happens. You just got to choose how you're going to live it. Are you going to live it in righteousness, or are you going to live it in unrighteousness? Everything he's already set up. That's why if you stay straight and don't go to the left or to the right, if you don't go to the left or to the right, you stay straight, you're good. But if you planned on doing something and you went to the left and to the right, you're wrong. All right, and our people come through there, and they like to go and vote for congressmen and presidents and stuff like that. That's setting a king over you. You can't set a king over you that's not of thy people, and then you can't set a king over you that doesn't even know the law of the Most High. That's crazy. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brethren. But he shall not. All right, we ain't going to go into that too anymore at the same time. I don't even know why I put up to 21. So I hope everybody's getting an understanding when it comes to judging. All right, we're going to go just a little bit more. A couple more precepts. That way, y'all, I make sure y'all have a good understanding of what we're talking about. So, Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 20. I want to make sure all my people understand how to judge properly. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to start at 18. Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates, which the Lord God giveth thee throughout thy tribes. And they shall judge the people with just judgment. Thou shalt not wrest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift. Now, this is very important. Neither take a gift, for a gift doeth blind the eyes of the wise, and pervert the words of the righteous. That which is altogether that which altogether just shalt thou follow. Thou mayest live. Again, that which is altogether just shalt thou follow, that thou mayest live, and inherit the land which the Lord thy God giveth. So this gift right here, I asked a person, man, I asked many of people this before, because a lot of people we like to enable our people from doing the right thing, right? So I said to this one brother before, right? Said it many times before, and he was like, "Man, hey, whatever my family do, hey, it's about my family." You know what I mean? And this is true. I'm telling you, this is brother, right? Because he felt like because that's his family. Even if his family was wrong, he's going to protect his family, even if they're wrong. So I said, if your brother went and if your brother like say you got your brother and you got your friend, right? And your friend loaned your brother some money, right? And your friend kept going to your brother like, "Hey man, you say you was gonna give me my money, he didn't, and you haven't given me my money. What's going on?" And your brother was like, "All right, bro, I'll give it to you next week." So, all right, come around your friend, go to your little brother or your big brother. He's like, "Hey, man, you say you're going to give it to me today. You got that money?" He's like, "Nah, man, bro, I ain't finna give you nothing." Dude's like, "What?" And then they just start fighting. Bah, 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 bah. What do you do then? Will you jump in and help your brother? Or would you jump in and help your friend? Or would you just break it up? What would you do? He's like, "Man, I'm going to jump in, man. That's my brother." You stupid. You stupid as hell. You think for one chance that I'm gonna get in there and help my brother fight and he's wrong? You are wrong. You owe that person money. That's taking a gift. The love of your brother, even when he's wrong, you're willing to be on their side to get love from them. Hast thou changed thy ways to seek love? Man, I'm gonna get that. Jeremiah 2:33. So y'all know where I'm going. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33, and it reads, Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. They're always going to go to you because you trim your ways to seek love because you don't want nobody to think that they don't love you. Now, love is hard, man. Love is not always nice. You can't always trim your ways to seek love from somebody. Man, fuck them. Let them die by their damn self because they don't want to change. That's them. Most High about to kill them too, and you're gonna be right around, and you're gonna be sitting there wondering why did my brother die, man? Because your brother wicked as hell. Your sister's wicked as hell. Your friend's wicked as hell. Your daddy wicked as hell. Your mama wicked. Your daughter's wicked as hell. That's on them. They don't want to listen. That's on them. Let them perish. Let them die, man. Hey, let the Most High do his job. They don't want to change. Let the Most High do his job. They don't want to repent. Hey, that's on them. That's you. You don't want to humble down. Matthew 18, come as this little child, humble, ready for nurturement, ready to change. When you come into this truth, you a baby. Nobody care about you being a grown-ass man or woman. I sure the hell don't care. I don't look at nobody like you a grown-ass man or child because I understand morally you are sick as hell. I understand my people are sick, and a lot of y'all have mental illnesses. Nature over nurture. You're sick. You've been nurtured up in a corrupt world. Naturally, you're not ready yet. So I understand 2 Timothy 3 and 16. I understand these things, man. We don't be out here doing this for nothing. We don't be correcting y'all for nothing. Like we don't know what the hell we talking about. Y'all don't know what the hell you talking about, man. We ain't out here just reading this book and then go out to these highways and byways like we don't know something. Nah, man. Everything we know, we say it right out of here. I'm not taking no gift. I'm not trying to seek love. Love is keeping the law. 1 John 4 and 3. But if you love me, keep my commandments. And when you come into this truth, it's a lot of stuff is gonna hurt, man. It's gonna hurt. But don't expect people to do things the way you do things in the world, man. Don't take that gift. Don't trim your ways to seek love from no one, man. Be straight. Stand on your square. That's what you do, man. Stand bold for the Most High. Who's going to stand up for the Most High against these evildoers? Are you going to do it? Because when that judgment day comes, the Most High said, hey, Officer Marakai did a class, you watched it and you didn't learn. Why didn't you learn? And you're going to be sitting there scared as hell, legs shaking and pissing down your leg. He said there would be gnashing of teeth. Close the door. You have the time right now. Stop taking gifts for love, man. Don't trim your way for love. That's why you got to know what love is. Love is not no ooey gooey feeling, man. I be telling my wife that, hey, I don't like that ooey gooey feeling. Love is me doing what I say I'm going to. That feelings, they go away. Feelings go away. They perish. You may hate me in 2 hours. Is that love? Nah, love is doing what you say you're going to do. That's love. You tell me you're going to do something, you do it. If I say I love my wife, that means I am ready to take care of you for the rest of your life. Not to say that, hey baby, give me a hug, give me a kiss. With all that, man, I'm a man. We don't love like that. Our love is going working fucking 12 to 16 hours a week and coming home, and our wife is at home and she's chilling. That's me. A lot of us do it differently, but I don't. That's love to me. Taking care of the family. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the Sabbath, keeping the Most High's laws. You know what I'm saying? Getting a farm. Everybody's time to get a land. It's time to get land. But not everybody's going to be able to be on it. If you ain't keeping the law, you has to stay at home. You ain't coming on my farm. You wicked as hell, you staying home. As soon as you try to that mark, I'm ready to shoot. And ain't nobody about to stop. You ain't coming on my land. Your wicked ass. You didn't want to change when you had the chance. You ain't coming. It ain't about to happen. So Deuteronomy 16 and 19. Thou shalt not rest judgment. That means you should tell somebody about themselves. Stop resting judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons. Don't matter who they are. You got to tell them about themselves. Neither take a gift, for the gift blind the eyes of the wise, and pervert the words of the righteous. That which is altogether just shalt thou follow, that thou mayest live and inherit the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. I even go as far as to say this. Thou shalt not plant thee a grove of any trees near unto the altar of the Lord thy God, which thou shalt make. Okay, don't plant trees by the altar. Boom. Okay, let me see. I might want to bring up another precept just so y'all can understand how to judge. I want to make sure the people that follow me understand this and they do this, man. Verse 11 and 1, a bond. My son explained this. Perfect. Hey, Zanakaria, can you come explain this one again to the people, Baba Kushal? Because he explained it way better than I did. Hey, it just is what it is. He explained it a whole lot better than I did. I couldn't explain it no better than how he did. Can you come over here, Baba Kushal? Proverbs 11 and 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. Can you explain that to the people, Papa Kishan? Do you remember what you said? Or was it on the wind? Was it like using the zones like, man, check this out?
It was like false balance can be, working too much and not getting enough rest, or getting a lot of rest, but you're not, studying a lot and everything like that. Everything has to be done.
Right. Like, I'm saying, I'm going to work a lot, but I'm not getting enough sleep. And that can throw you off. Or, I'm saying, I'm getting a lot of sleep, but I'm not studying. It's like you're not studying enough. Everybody should study for at least 2 hours in every other day. Everybody should study for at least 2 hours. And then you should really join these calls that we be having, you know what I'm saying, and jump in on the calls and be learning. These Google Meets, these prayer lines that we have, and jump in and learn. Everybody should be studying every other day. And sometimes it gets to you where it's every day. It was like that for me all the time. I remember when I first got into this truth, I was getting like 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Like I wouldn't sleep as much because I'd be studying so much. I just be studying, man. I didn't care. I was studying. You couldn't get us to stop studying. Me and my mom were just up, man. Our eyes be so red and puffy. The next day we'd be so tired, but our spirit just be like, man, we just want to study. We wasn't getting no sleep. At all. I loved it though, man. Loved it coming into the truth, man. So fire. You gotta keep that fire. That's why he say, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. All right. So back where we are, Deuteronomy 1. I charged your judges at that time. Okay, cool. 16, I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear the cause between your brethren. Hear the cause between your brethren. So if you got your brother and a friend, or whoever, your brother and a friend, your mom and a friend, your daddy and your husband, your daddy and your husband got a problem with each other. You got to hear the cause between both of them. You can't just go to your daddy's side. That's taking a gift. You can't go to your husband's side. That's taking a gift. I love my husband, so I'm sticking on his side. Or I love my daddy, I'm sticking on his side. No, you got to hear both of their calls and weigh them out. A false balance is an abomination to the Most High God. You got to hear both sides. None of that, just hear my side. That's it. F you. I'm your daddy. I'm your brother. I'm your sister. None of that stuff, man. No, nobody don't give an ish about that. Because when the Most High puts you to death for it, and on Judgment Day you hear that, you don't want to do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself, right? And judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. So if we got one of these heathens, our servants, we still got to judge righteously. So let's say Esau over here, right? And you got one of our people that owe Esau money. You know what I'm saying? And Esau's like, he owed me money. Well, we gonna go to our people, man? Fuck you. I don't care. He a heathen. No, that's not righteous. You don't do that, bro. You owe him money. Give him his money. We don't care if he a heathen. The Most High don't like that. That's not even his characteristics, man. You pay that man. You owe him money. He loaned you money. Pay him. Verse 17, ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Don't just not, you gotta hear the great matters, the big matters, and you got the small matters. You know what I'm saying? So however you want to take care of it, you can handle all the small matters first to get to the big problems, and you can, or you can handle the big problems and get to the small problems. You got to handle every matter, and that's the judgment a man has in his household. If a man cannot rule over his household, he's not worthy of the kingdom. He got to hear everything, especially me. I got to hear everything. I got to hear every matter now. I can't be no respected person to nobody. I can't, man. I just call me an asshole all you want to. But I'm gonna say and do what I gotta do, man. Thus saith the Most High. I'm an obedient servant. 80% of the time, I'm still fighting my flesh. But hey, go to the Book of Romans 2. It tells you about that. What? Because I sin a little bit, I'm not supposed to judge you. Oh man. But don't me keeping the judge makes me perfect? Yes. But I'm gonna fall off. But I'm gonna get back on. But I keep the law. Makes me righteous. All right. Verse 17, ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great, but shall not be afraid of the face of man. You can't. You making judgment, don't be afraid of nobody. You looking everybody in the eye, looking at both sides. He mad at him, don't be scared, or no matter who it is, don't be scared of him. Be like, nah, man, this is just judgment. It's the most high judgment. That's it. Don't let nobody make you afraid to do judgment. Don't let them do that. Don't give a damn who you are. Even if it was my mom in front of me, I don't care. I love my mama, but I'm not about to let her disrupt me and make the wrong damn decision. She don't outweigh the Most High. Not even me. I ain't shit like the rest of y'all. Who am I? I'm just Officer Maricott. I ain't shit just like y'all ain't shit. Don't think you better than me. I ain't better than y'all. There's only one good. That's the Most High. Simple as that. When it comes to judgment, it's just judgment. Stop with all that, man. Taking gifts from people. Don't trim your ways before love. Get that. You got time for that, riff-raff. Verse 18. And it's like, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. So if there's a cause that's too hard for me, I just take it to the elders. Like they took it to Moses, I take it to the judges, and then they handle it. And then, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. Verse 18, and I commanded you at that time all the things which you shall do, which you should do. And when you departed from Horeb, we went through all that great and terrible wilderness. Y'all living, us in America, we're living in the wilderness, just like the wilderness there. This is not the wilderness right here at this time. This is not the wilderness we're going to be taken to, but this is the wilderness right now. This dry land is wilderness. Which you saw by the way of the mountain and of the Amorites. Right? As the Lord our power commanded us, and we came to Kadesh Barnea. And I said unto you, ye are come unto the mountain of the Amorites, which the Lord our power doeth give unto us. Behold, the Lord thy God hath set the land before thee. Go up and possess it. And the Lord God of thy fathers have said unto thee, Fear not, neither be discouraged. And ye came near unto me, every one of you, and said, we will send men before us, and they shall search us out the land and bring us word again. So this is the time where the people made a slander of the land. Now everybody is scared to go over here. That's like, you know what I'm saying, we got the southeast, man. We'll tell somebody, hey, bro, don't bail through the southeast, man. You got them Pyrus over there, bro. They're gonna get you. Man, don't do that. The Most High with me for. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about going over there like that. You may be scared, but I'm not. So the 12 that Moses sent, they went through there, but except Caleb and Joshua, everybody else was made a slander of the land. They were just scared the people, man. All right. I'm gonna start back at 20. I want to go into context. I'm gonna start at 18, so I'm gonna go into context for a good reason. Sorry. But verse 18, and I commanded you at that time all the things which you shall do, which you should do. And when ye departed from Horeb, we went through all that great and terrible wilderness, which ye saw by the way of the mountain of the Amorites. And the Lord our power commanded us, and we came to Kadesh Barnea. And I said unto you, ye are come unto the mountain of the Amorites, which the Lord our power doeth give unto us. Behold, verse 21, behold, the Lord thy power hath set the land before thee. Go up and possess it, as the Lord our power as the Lord our power of thy fathers have said unto thee. Fear not, neither be discouraged. And ye came near unto me, every one of you, and said, we will send men before us, and they shall search us out the land and bring us word again. But what way we must go up, and into what city shall come? And the saying pleased me well. And I took 12 men of you, one of a tribe, and they turned and went up into the mountain, and came unto the valley of Esco, and searched it out. Salak. Verse 25. And they took of the fruit of the land in their hands, and brought it down unto us, and brought us word again, and said, it is a good land which the Lord our power doeth give us. Notwithstanding, you would not go up, but rebelled against the commandment of the Lord your power. And ye murmured in the tents and said, because the Lord hated us, he hath brought us forth out of the land of Egypt to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites to destroy us. Whither shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our heart, saying, the people is greater and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven. And moreover, we have seen the sons of the Amalekites there. Then I said unto you, dread not, neither be afraid of them. The Lord your power, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes. So you can also go to, let me go over here. So let me point something out to y'all. And this is what y'all got to understand. This is Deuteronomy. Then said, verse 29, then I said unto you, dread not, neither be afraid of them. The Lord your power, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes. Now, this Lord that went before you is not your power, but the Lord your power gave a message to the angel of the Lord, which is this Lord right here. All right, that's why it says the Lord your power. That means the Most High wasn't down here, but his angel was here. Now pay attention. He shall fight for you according to all that ye did in Egypt before your eyes. All that he did in Egypt before your eyes. And in the wilderness which thou hast seen, how that the Lord thy God bare thee as a man doeth bear his son, in all the way that ye went until ye came unto this place. But I'm not done. Who is this Lord that went before you? This is the book of Acts, chapter 7, and verse 35. This Moses, whom they refused, saying, who made thee a ruler and a judge, the same did Yahweh send to be a ruler and a deliverer by the hand of the angel which appeared to him in the bush. He brought them out after he had shewed wonders and signs in the land of Egypt and in the Red Sea and in the wilderness 40 years. Right? This is that Moses which said unto the children of Israel, a prophet shall the Lord your God rise up unto you of your brethren, like unto me. Him shall ye hear. This is he that which was in the church in the wilderness, which is right now. This is he that was in the church in wilderness. Church just means people. So this is he that was in the people, right? In the wilderness with the angel which spake to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers, who received the lively oracles to give unto us, to whom our fathers would not obey, but thrust him from them, and in their hearts turned back again into Egypt. Now let's go here. Let's find out who that angel was. Remember, write this precept down. Moreover, brethren, I would not that you should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink. For they drink of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ. So the angel of the Lord that keeps saying the angel of the Lord, that's Christ. Now, I could do another breakdown if y'all want to. We can. But this angel that is speaking to Moses is Christ. He wasn't called Jesus back then. He had a different name that we don't know. But he's the only begotten son. He's from the beginning. So when you go to John 1, you can read about it. So hold on. Before I start, hold on, give me just 3 minutes real quick. Hold on. Shalom, shalom. I'm back. Let's get back to this beautiful lesson at hand. And we not done, man. We about to go over a lot for a person. It's going to be insane. Prophecy and all. Okay, cool. So we found out who that was. So let's go back over here, Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse, start at 29. All right, it reads, Then I said unto you, dread not, neither be afraid of them. The Lord your power which goeth before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes. So it was the Most High's order, but Yahweh Shai and the other angels was just doing everything. That's why when you go to Ecclesiasticus, let's go there. Let me go there real quick. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39. Let's see, then verse. So y'all know every time these things happen, you know what's doing it. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus, not Ecclesiastes, but Ecclesiasticus 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. What are these spirits? Let's find out what spirits are. Book of Psalms, Book of Psalms, chapter 104, and verse 4. Who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. So the spirits are angels. All right, let's go back to Ecclesiasticus and finish that. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39. Got the verse. I think it was like 20, 18 or 20. A little bit more. 28. So this Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of them that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Verse 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. And it's these spirits right here, fire, hail, famine, and death, all these were created for vengeance. So now you know when all this hell, fire, famine that's going on, death, these are angels appeasing the Most High and doing their job. Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and a sword. Today we don't have a sword, we have a gun. The angel that get on these beasts, the angel that get on these scorpions, the angel that get on these serpents, and the one that hold the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Therefore, from the beginning, I was resolved. So, let's go over here real quick. Let's prove all things real quick. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 3. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city? That's us when we're yelling out in the city, like a trumpet. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? Surely the Lord God will do nothing. But he revealeth the secrets unto his servants, the prophets. That's us. We telling y'all his secrets. And we telling you what's going to happen. And this secret I'm telling you, so when it ran in when it's hell, it's not just a natural disaster. It's the angels doing their job. So now you can look up in the sky and you can see if there's chariots out there and everything else. And you just look up into the sky. And when it starts raining, you can try to see if you see one if you want to, but they doing their job, man. Hell, famine, all the famine that's going on, that's the angel causing it. He causing all these farms and everything to be burnt down to cause a shortage of food. But who is Satan's chosen people? Esau, so-called white man. Satan's chosen people is Esau. All right. Verse 30, Deuteronomy 1 and 30. The Lord of your power, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did to you in Egypt before your eyes. And in the wilderness, where thou hast seen how that the Lord thy power bare thee, as a man doeth bear his son, and all the way that ye went until ye came unto this place. Yet in this thing ye did not believe the Lord your power. Again, yet in this thing ye did not believe the Lord your power, who went in the way before you to search you out a place to pitch your tent in, and fire by night to shew you by what you should go, and in the cloud by day. But it shows y'all in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1 through 4, or 1 through 5. So this is reminding you what's going on. All right. Verse 34. And the Lord heard the voice of your words, and was wroth, and sware, saying, surely there should not one of these men of this evil generation see that good land, which I swear to give unto your fathers, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, he shall see it, and to him will I give the land that he hath trodden upon, and to his children, because he hath wholly followed me, wholly followed the Lord. Also the Lord was angry with me for your sake, saying, thou also shalt not go in thither. But Joshua the son of Nun, which standeth before thee, he shall go in thither. Encourage him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit. Moreover, your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, and your children, which in that day had no knowledge between good and evil, they shall go in thither. And unto them will I give it, and they shall possess it. But as for you, turn ye, and take your journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Then ye answered and said unto me, we have sinned against the Lord. Now you know you sin. Our people like that. Is when something always happens, then they call on the Lord. When somebody's dying, then they call on the Lord, but they would not tell that person the truth. Why? Because a gift destroys the heart and it blinds the eyes. It causes you not to see the wrong in them. It causes you not to tell them the truth because you're being a respective person. But as for you, verse 40, but as for you, turn ye and take your journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Then ye answered and said unto me, we have sinned against the Lord. We will go up and fight according to all that the Lord our God commanded us. And when ye had girded up every one his weapons of war, ye were ready to go up into the hill. That's how our people now, when it's time to die and the Most High don't like you no more, now it's time for you to do the right thing. And you're not going to want to do the right thing until it's time for you to do the right thing. Everything is going to ish. When all hell breaks loose. Now is the time to do things right, man. Not later. Our people, you don't need a push. You don't need death to start popping up around you. You don't need that. Verse 42. And the Lord said unto me, say unto them, go not up, neither fight, for I am not among you, lest ye be smitten before your enemies. So I spake unto you, and you would not hear, but rebelled against the commandment of the Lord, and went presumptuously up into the hill. Hey, y'all know rebellion is as witchcraft, right? And the Amorites which dwelt in that mountain came out against you and chased you, as bees do, and destroyed you in Seir, even unto Hormah. And ye returned and wept before the Lord. But the Lord would not hearken to your voice, nor give ear unto you. So ye abode in Kadesh many days, according unto the days that ye abode there. Call Asherah, the bar Yahweh, and Nahashai, and Nashemah. That means all that Yahweh said, will we do in here. All right, so we went in on judgment. We went on being in respect of persons. We went on showing you that, hey, this was Yahweh Shai in the wilderness. All y'all got to do is go back to my channels when you see Genesis 1. You want to see that, and then you start learning about how I teach you guys how Christ was in the beginning. I go through precepts throughout the Bible, showing you precept upon precept that Christ was in the beginning. So I will go through the law, prophets, and then the so-called New Testament showing. All I do is go through my channels, man. You'll find a lot of things. There's a lot of videos there. I don't know how many videos I got there. I think it's like hundreds. I believe so, something like that. Hundreds of videos. A lot of things, man, on these topics. All you gotta do is look, and you'll see. Yahweh Barakatah. So y'all, we're about to go to chapter 2. So everybody turn to chapter 2. All right, we're gonna do Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 1. Now we're about to learn about Esau's land, so-called white man their land. Write these notes down. Make sure I have a pen and a paper. That way y'all see this and you can learn. And you can start learning about the Ottoman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, like understanding that Russia was the last place we ruled over. Understanding that the people that are in Russia right now is not their land, that's our land. Then you start reading about, all the black images in Russia, reading about all the black, all the black, it's called cataclysm. Learn by the time of cataclysm. And it's the Renaissance period too, as well, at the same time. When it was going from Russia, when it was going from Spain and all that stuff, and all the paintings that were painted over white, you can still see some. You'll start learning of a lot of these things. So you just pay attention to the land and everything else. You start paying attention to the scriptures, so you can go inside the Bible to outside of it. You go in the Bible to outside of the Bible. Always start in first and outside. Don't try to prove something wrong with the Bible. Don't try to prove the Bible wrong with stuff outside. Prove it from the inside out. So you read the Bible and it doesn't go with it. It's not. Okay? All right, book of Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, Then we turned and took, remember, the scriptures came from scrolls, so there was never really chapters and verses. So all it is just continuing from verse 45 of chapter 1, and it's just continuing, just going into a different context. So they just put chapter 2. And it helps you remember where things are too as well. Then we turned and took our journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea, as the Lord spake unto me. As the Lord spake unto me. Who's the Lord speaking to? Yahweh. As the Lord spake unto me. And we compassed Mount Seir many days. And the Lord spake unto me, saying, Ye have compassed this mountain long enough. Turn you northward, and command thou the people, saying, Ye are not and commanded thou the people, saying, Ye are to pass through the coast of your brethren, the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir. and they shall be afraid of you. Take ye good heed unto yourself, therefore. Why are they going to be afraid? Because everybody saw those miracles happen. Everybody saw the sea come up. Everybody saw the darkness. Everybody saw all the people go crazy. There's people coming out of land. Everybody was going crazy because of the darkness. It wasn't a darkness like it got dark, pitch dark outside. The darkness was mentally. Everybody was going crazy. Like in these last days, people, they're going to be having like head problems and they're going to be mentally sick, going crazy. And you can go into the book of Wisdom of Solomon and read that, reading the book of Exodus, and when it happens, that's why you get it at 1611. So when you get a 1611 KJV, it has precepts on the side. So when you go into the book of Exodus, and I believe that's chapter 3, when it goes in on the darkness of Egypt and everything else, you can go in there and it starts to show you, going precept upon precept into the Apocrypha in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, showing you those things. All right, verse 5. It says, meddle not with them, for I will not give you of their land. No, not so much of a footprint, because I have given Mount Seir unto Esau for a possession. And you can also just give you a little some pearls. You can also track Esau through his people, like Alexander the Greek. Who's that other brothers? What's his name? I can't remember that. Not Napoleon. Napoleon, yeah. Napoleon, who else? Well, they say they're the Dukes of Edom. You can look up the Dukes of Edom. The Dukes. Whenever they call themselves a Duke, they're talking about the Dukes of Edom. When you go into the book of Genesis 26, I believe 26, chapter 26 or 36, it talks about the Dukes of Edom. All right? And you got Philip the Macedonian, Alexander the Greek, and all them. You trace everything through them. And you'll start seeing them talk about that. And a lot of these books we're talking about now, being that we have referenced these books, because you like to give references in books and everything like that. In the books that you read, you reference things, and then a lot of people will go to those books. Now those books will cost like $3,000 now. They used to be like $10. And after we came into the truth and we start referencing all these books to these people, they raised the prices. It's like 3,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 for this book. Sure did. All right, verse Deuteronomy 2 and 5. Meddle not with them, for I will not give you of their land. No, not so much as a footbreadth, because I have given Mount Seir unto Esau for a possession. Ye shall buy meat of them for money, that ye may eat, and ye shall also buy water of them for money, that ye may drink. For the Lord thy power hath blessed thee in all the works of thy hands. He knoweth thy walk in thorough, he knoweth thy walk in thorough this great wilderness. So the Most High know that we walking through the great wilderness. We don't need to go start no fight with nobody else. He knows what's going on. He knoweth thy walk in thorough this great wilderness. These 40 years the Lord thy God hath been with thee. Thou hast lacked nothing. And when we passed by from our brethren, the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, thorough the way of the plain from Elah, and from Ezion Gabar, we turned and passed by the way of the wilderness of Moab. And the Lord said unto me, distress not the Moabites, neither contend with them in battle, for I will not give thee of their land for a possession, because I have given unto the children of Lot for a possession. The Ems dwelt therein in times past, a people great and many and tall as the Anakims, which also were accounted giants, and the Anakims, but the Moabites called them Ems. The Horims also dwelt in Seir before, but the children of Esau succeeded them, when they had destroyed them from before them, and dwelt in their stead, as Israel did unto their land of his possessions, which the Lord gave unto them. Now rise up, said I, and get you out over the brook Zered. And we went over the brook Zered, And the space in which we came from Kadesh Barnea until we were come over the brooks of Reed was 38 years, until all the generations of the men of war were wasted out from among the hosts, as the Lord sware unto them. For indeed, the hand of the Lord was against them. So when he said the hand of the Lord, that means the Most High has control over it. He's making things happen. The hand of the Lord to destroy them from amongst the hosts until they were consumed. So it came to pass when all the men of war consumed and dead from among the people. So remember, this is Moses repeating what happened, everything that happened. Verse 17. Oops. Verse 17. That the Lord spake unto me, saying, Thou art to pass over TORAH, right, the coast of Moab, this day. And when thou comest nigh, when thou comest nigh over against the children of Ammon, distress them not, all right, nor meddle with them, for I will not give thee of the land. So like I will not give you the land of the children of Ammon any possession, because I have given it unto the children of Lot for a possession. Y'all remember Lot when he had those two kids, Moab and Ammon, Japanese and the Chinese. We got the Japanese, Chinese, and the Koreans. One of their forefathers you can link them back to is Genghis Khan. All right, so you can look up Genghis Khan, and then to connect from Genghis Khan and to start putting everything into context, because they're mongoloids. Mongoloids are bastard. A real bastard is close to kin, right? You go to Leviticus 18 and read about close to kin, because Lot's daughters got him drunk and slept with him and had babies by him. That's a real bastard, not a kid without a father. You will never find that in the scriptures. A bastard is not a kid without a father, right? A kid without a father that the father died is called fatherless, and his wife is called a widow. So you got the widow and the fatherless, and you got a actual and a kid that just don't have a father. His father's not there. He's not considered a fatherless because his father is still alive. If the father's still alive, that's not the fatherless. Okay. But at this case, a bastard is a kid whose mother, a brother and mother slept with each other, a brother and sister slept with each other, right? From the same father, or father slept with the daughter, or the mother slept with the son. Those are bastards, and that's where you get the mongoloid from. Okay. All right, verse 20. That also was accounted a land. So like, that also was accounted a land of giants. Giants dwelt therein in old time, and the Ammonites called them Zamamamites, a people great and many, tall, as the Anakims. But the Lord destroyed them before. But the Lord destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead, as he did to the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, when they destroyed the Horims from before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead, even unto this day. And the Ahims, which dwelt in the Hazarim, even unto Azal, the Kephtorims, which came forth of Kephtor, destroyed them, dwelt in their stead. Rise ye up, take your journey, and pass over the river of Arnon. Behold, I have given into thy hands Sirhan, the Amorite king of Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it, and contend with him in battle. So the land of Samaria, which the so-called Jews that are over there right now, that are in our land, Jerusalem is desolate. It's not growing. So they had to go over to the land of Samaria. That right there, where this desolate that used to be the land of Canaan. So Jerusalem used to be called the land of Canaan before Jerusalem. Period, point blank. All right, verse 25. This day will I begin to put the dread of thee and the fear of thee upon the nations that are under the whole heaven, who shall hear report of thee, and shall tremble, and be in anguish because of thee. And this was going to happen when we go into the wilderness in the kingdom. The Most High is going to start to take the name and all the bywords and proverbs against us from out of the people's mouth. They'll never disrespect us. And this is what he did to our people back then. Verse 26. And I sent messengers out of the wilderness of Kademoth unto Shahan, king of Heshbon, with words of peace, saying, remember, he extended his hand to peace. You always do that before you go to war with somebody. You always extend thy hand to peace first. You always sin. The Most High always did that. You extend your hand to peace. To see if you can get peace and be like, just leave and not do that again. Extend your hand for peace first. You always, before you go to war. Oops. 26. And I sent messengers out of the wilderness of Kadethma unto Sihon, king of Heshbon, with words of peace, saying, let me pass through thy land. I will go along by the highway. I will neither turn into the right hand nor to the left. Thou shalt sell me meat for money, that I may eat, and give me water for money, that I may drink. Only I will pass through on my feet. As the children of Esau was dwelt in Seir, and the Moabites was dwelt in did unto me, until I shall pass over Jordan into the land which the Lord our power giveth us. But Sihon, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass him. He would not let us pass him by. For the Lord thy God hardened his spirit and made his heart abstinent, that he might deliver him into thy hand, and appear it that as it appeared this day. And you got to think the Most High always do that. He will harden your heart. Why? Because you're not keeping the law. He will harden your heart. And you're doing something wrong. Let's go there. So he just made his heart hard to where you just have no love. Because he don't care. He made his heart hard. All right? Not none of this, but you can go with these are just synonyms for the word. And once I saw this, I was like, hold up. Let me just go over here to abstinent. To make abstinent assured, right? To strengthen, secure for oneself, hardened heart, make firm. All right. Strong's definition. Root. To be alert, physically, on foot, or mentally. Encourage, confirm, be courageous, of good courage, steadfastly minded, strong, stronger. Establish, fortify, harden, increase. Prevail, strengthen self, make strong, abstinent speed. Okay, that's it for that. So, but Sihon, Deuteronomy 2:30, but Sihon, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass by him. For the Lord thy power hardened his spirit, and made his heart abstinent, strong, hardened it, that he might deliver him into thy hand, as appeareth this day. All right. And the Lord said unto me, behold, I have begun to give Sihon and his land before thee. Begin to possess it, that thou mayest inherit his land. Then Sihon came out against us, he and all his people, to fight at Yahaz, with the J. So war is necessary. and it works. Okay? War is necessary and it's beneficial. It's better when a God gives you that. So you're going for nothing, take a step. $32. Then Shaihan came out against us, he and all his people, to fight at Ahaz. And the Lord, our power, delivered him before us, and we smote him, and his sons, and all his people. And we took all the cities at that time, and utterly destroyed utterly destroyed men, and the women, and the little ones of every city. We left none to remain. The Christians, Most High killed men, women, and children. Most High kills children. He's a man of war. Your kid is disobedient, rude, out of order, don't want to listen to their parents, don't want to do what they take heed to what their parents say, want to lie and corrupt. Most High gonna put you to death. Watch. You better be obedient. Better do what you told. Verse 36, from Aurora, which is by the brink of the river of Arnon, and from the city that is by the river, even unto Galilee. There was not one city too strong for us. The Lord our power delivered all unto us. Only unto the land of the children of Ammon thou camest not, nor unto any place of the river of Jabbok, nor unto the cities in the mountains, nor unto whatsoever the Lord our power forbade us. Kal Asherah, Debar Yahweh, Anaya Shai Nashaman. That means all that Yahweh said, what we doing here. All right. We're going to go to chapter 3, and we're going to end in chapter 3 at verse 22, I believe. So that was just Masha repeating, just being repetitive and repeating what's going on. The Most High is very repetitive, and he repeats everything all the time. So can't nobody say he didn't hear anything. All right, Deuteronomy 3 and 1. Then we turned and went up the way of Bashan, and Og the king of Bashan came up against us, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. And the Lord said unto me, fear him not, for I will deliver him, and all his people and his land unto thy hand. And thou shalt do unto him as thou didst unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dwelt in Heshbon. So the Lord our power delivered into our hands Og, also the king of Bashan, and all his people, and we smote him until none was left to him remaining. Everybody got put to death. And we took all the cities at that time. There was not a city which we took not from them. 80 cities, all the region of our God, the kingdom of Og in Bashan. That was 30 cities. All right, each score is 20. No. That's 60 cities. Okay. Verse 5. All these cities were fenced with high walls, gates, and bars, beside unwalled towns and great many. And we utterly destroyed them, as we did unto Sihon, king of Heshbon, utterly destroying the men, women, and children of every city. But all the cattle and the spoil of the cities we took for a prey to ourselves. And we took at that time out of the hand of the 2 kings of the Amorites the land that was on this side Jordan, from the river of Arnon unto Mount Hermon, which Hermon the Sidonians call Sirion, and the Amorites call it Shenir. All the cities of the plain, and all Galilee, and all Bashan, unto Sakah, and Edrei, cities of kingdom of Og and Bashan. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of giants. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron, and it is Slack. Is it not Rabbath of the children of Ammon? 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits the breadth of it, after the cubit of a man. And this land which we possessed at that time from Aurora, which is by the river of Arnon, and half Mount Galilee, and the cities thereof gave I unto the Reubenites and to the Gadites. So the Reubenites today are the Seminole Indians out of Florida. The Gadites are your native Indians. Okay. Verse 13. And the rest of Galilee and all Bashan. So Galilee, the land of Galilee was full of the northern kingdom. Issachar, Gad, Reubenites, Manasseh, Ephraim, Asher. It was full of them. Verse 14. Jair, the son of Manasseh, which is the Cubans today, took all the country of Argob unto the coast of Gesharim, and Makata, and all them after his own name, Bashan, Avath Jair, unto this day. And I gave Galilee unto Makar, and unto the Reubenites, and unto the Gadites. I gave from Galilee even unto the river Arnon, half the valley and the border, even unto the river Jabbok, which is the border of the children of Ammon, the plain also, Jordan and the coast thereof, from Sherath even unto the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, under Ashdod, Pisgah eastward. And I commanded you at that time, saying, the Lord your power hath given you this land to possess it. Ye shall pass over armed before your brethren, the children of Israel, all that are meet for the war. But your wives and your little ones and your cattle, for I know that ye have much cattle, shall abide in your cities which I have given you, until the Lord hath given rest unto your brethren, as well as unto you, and until they also possess the land which the Lord gave, which the Lord your power hath given them beyond Jordan, and then shall ye return every man unto his possession which I have given you, which verse 19 shows you that women never went to war. It's 21. And I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, thine eyes have seen all that the Lord your power hath done unto these 2 kings. So shall the Lord do unto all the kingdoms, whether thou possessest. Ye shall not fear them, for the Lord your power he shall fight for you. We'll stop there. We're going to go over here, the book of Isaiah, chapter 1. So we're done with the prophets. All right. We're done with the Torah. My bad. We're done with the Torah, so we're going to go over here to the prophet Isaiah. Isaiah is John, just to let y'all know. I'll prove that real quick since I'm already here in the book of Matthew. Okay, turn to the book of Matthew, chapter 11. Where do I want to start at? I'm going to start at verse 1. All right, this is Matthew, just to show you that Isaiah is John. I'll prove to y'all right now. The book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 1. And it came to pass when Jesus had made an end of communing of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. Now when John had heard in the prisons the works of Christ, he sent two of his disciples and said unto him, Art thou he that should come, or do we look for another? Jesus answered and said unto them, Go up and shew John again those things which ye do hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk, and lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised, it's like the dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. That'd be like, blessed is he that, let me say it again. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. Those who be like, man, I don't believe in Christ. That shit is just stupid. You're blessed if you do believe it. And as they departed, Jesus began to say unto the multitude concerning John, What went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. You just go out to see rich people, something? Who you going out to see? But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet. For this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there hath not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John. And if ye will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come. Bam. Let's go back to the book of Isaiah, which is Elias. Go to John. All right. Let me change this to Isaiah just in case I need that. I don't really need a section. Shalom, Global War, Shalom. Okay. Isaiah is a Levite. All right, y'all. Isaiah is a Levite. All right, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 1. And we'll read to, I think it's like 29. We'll read to verse 27. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Isaiah the son of Amoz, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, king of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord has spoken. Got it. All right, sorry about that, y'all. All right. I was just on verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. When you go to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, it says, I go there just a couple chapters up. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Oops. Oh, wait. I thought I was still in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6 show you that the Most High is racist, very racist. And it reads, For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Holy means separate. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, from the hand of Pharaoh the king of Egypt, which he'll do again in this kingdom. Right? Believing that a particular race is more superior than another race makes you racist. Nothing wrong. Okay. But Israel don't even consider that they belong to the Most High. But an ox knows this owner. Ox know who their owner are. Israel don't. An ass knows where his house is. Israel don't know how to get back home. That's why these scriptures are here. That's why we're here. Because the Most High said he would not push his prophets into the ends of the corners anymore. All right? The teachers. All right? Here we go. Verse 4. Sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards. Backwards as people. Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it. Blackheads. There is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and petrifying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. Now watch. We start talking about how your wounds have not been healed. Watch them go into this. Verse 7. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burnt with fire. Your land strangers devour in your presence. You don't even know that the land is yours. And strangers devour it in your presence. And it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge, a garden of cucumbers, as the besieged city. How is a daughter of Zion left as a cottage of cucumbers going through it? She's getting ran through by everybody. That's what he's talking about. Imagine a cottage. It's in the middle of a vineyard, right? A lodge in a garden of cucumbers. A garden of cucumbers. Now, that cottage, the cucumbers got to go through the cottage. That's what it's saying. That's the Most High said. That's how the daughters of Zion are right now. Y'all got to repent from it, especially messing with these other nations. Verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Hear the word of the Lord, ye rulers of Sodom. Give ear unto the law of our power, ye people of Gomorrah. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks, or of lambs, or of he goats. When ye come to prepare before me, who hath required this? Who hath required this at your hand to tread my courts? Bring no more vain oblations. Incense and abomination. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meetings. Man, talking about our cookouts. Today it'd be our cookouts and everything else. Everybody talking about they're going to celebrate because the Most High is not trying to smell it. Wicked. Verse 14, your new moons and your appointed feasts my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. And when you spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Yea, when you make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes. Cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek judgment. Our people don't want to seek judgment. Nah, I don't want them telling me, they're gonna hurt my feelings. I know I'm doing wrong and they're gonna tell me. I just don't want it, no. Most High said, seek judgment. You should be asking me, what am I doing wrong? And I'll tell you. I tell you what you're doing wrong. You're supposed to be seeking judgment anyway. Don't be scared of judgment. Do things right. That way you can get judgment of the Most High. Wouldn't you rather get judgment from the Most High than people that don't know the Most High in His Word? Shouldn't you be doing that first? That way you do it right. So that means on Judgment Day you do it right. Man, you can go right on through the gate, man. That's going to be the best feeling in the world. But if you don't seek judgment, then what? You seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless. Plead for the widow. Come now and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land. But if ye refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured with the sword. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken. Who's the mouth of the Lord? Isaiah. He's one of the mouth of the Lord. And you're going to be devoured, man. How is a faithful city become an harlot? It was full of judgment, righteousness lodged in it. But now murderers. Thy silver is become dross, thy wine mixed with water. Thy princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. Everyone loveth gifts. Everyone loveth gifts and followeth after rewards. They judge not the fatherless, neither doeth cause the widow come unto them. Reason why you judge the fatherless, because they daddy ain't there. So if your daddy ain't there, guess who is now in that image? Your brothers, your uncles. They're supposed to judge the fathers, come over there and handle the fatherless. Their daddy ain't around. Now, if your daddy ain't around, period, and he's out there somewhere, steal us. We coming tagging you. All right? Verse 20, but if ye refuse and rebel, you shall be devoured with the sword, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. How is a faithful city become an harlot? It was full of judgment, righteousness lodged in it. But now murderers. What's a murderer? When you hate your brother. He that hate thy brother is a murderer. Thy silver is become dross, thy wine mixed with water. What's your wine? Good doctrine makes you merry. Of Egypt. You know what I mean? Thy princes are rebellious, a companion of thieves. Every one loveth gifts, and followeth after rewards. They judge not the fatherless, neither doeth the cause of the widow come unto them. Therefore saith the Lord of hosts, thy mighty one of Israel, Ah, I will ease me of mine adversaries, and avenge me of my enemies. And I will turn my hand upon thee, and purely purge away thy dross, and take away all thy tin. And I will restore thy judges as at first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. Zion shall be redeemed with judgments, and her converts with righteousness. And the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together. And they that forsake the Lord shall be consumed. For they shall be ashamed of for they shall be ashamed of okays which ye have desired, and ye shall be confounded for the gardens that ye have chosen. Yeah, wow. For they shall be ashamed of oaks which ye have desired, and ye shall be confounded for the gardens that ye have chosen. For ye shall be as an oak whose leaf fadeth, and as a garden that hath no water. And the strong shall be a tower, and the strong shall be a toad, and a maker of it as a spark. They shall both burn together, and none shall quench them. Talking about the fiery pit. Hey, it's talking about that fiery pit, man. And the strong shall be a tower. And I read past what I was supposed to read past too. My bad. So let's go over to Matthew 24. This is going to be the A kicker. Matthew 24. Yeah. All right. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to shew him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down. Watch. Excuse me. So, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name. A lot of people come in his name saying they're the anointed. A lot of people say they Jesus. So a lot of people come and say they're anointed. They the anointed. I'm Jesus. We ran into a couple of people out here that said they Jesus. And a lot of people say they're anointed, and they're not. All right? Saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. That's your Creflo Dollars. That's all your pork chop pastors. That's all them. Mm-hmm. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famine and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. Monkeypox, COVID-19, China, America, Russia. It's starting up, folks. These are the sign of the times. These are trying times, too. You're being tried. If you don't think you're being tried in what you're doing, boy, you better take a good look. You're being tried. And whatever you desire, you're being tried. Pay attention. Pay attention. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And the beginning of sorrows started with Iran and America. Nation against nation. When they blew up their general, missile hitting. Bah! That was the beginning of sorrows. Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. They're going to kill us. Hey, die with honor. Die with honor. Right? And you can go read a lot of this in 2nd Ezra 16, 68 to 78. All right? The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 68. I started 66. What will you do? Or how will you hide your sins before Yahweh and his angels? Behold, God himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall God lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered to idols. God. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. So they shall take a certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered to idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. So they come to take you and they pick you up and everything. They about to kill you. Like, oh, I'm cool, man. I'm with y'all. Man, I don't know why I did that, but I'm with y'all. Gotcha. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. You damn traitor, we don't want you and kill you. Bah! Just take you. For there shall be in every place in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So if you fear the Lord, man, they're going to be snatching you up out your house. If you live by a church, man, that's crazy. They come in there too. But if you with the Most High, they're going to pass by that place. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known. Again, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. When you start to be thrown out of your house because people know you the man of the Lord, because they know where we live. Wherever I go, they're going to know where I live. And they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hey, we're going to be tried, man. It is what it is. Let's go back over here to Matthew's. All right, Matthew 24 and 10. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. So that's going to happen. You're going to start hating one another. Y'all going to start not liking one another and everything because the Most High, he said he coming to separate mother from father, daughter from mother, son from father. Why? Because somebody going to be keeping the law and the other person is not. And they're going to start looking at you getting jealous because they know you're keeping the law and they don't feel that they're keeping the law. They're going to want to kill you. They're going to start hating you. And the Most High going to take you from among them. And then shall, verse 10, chapter Matthew 24, verse 10. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. For the transgression of that person, the love for you is going to wax cold because you're going to be keeping the law. Yep. Just because you're keeping the law. And you can tell when a person keeping the law because they're over here listening to these folks versus listening to you. And you're going to hate it because now you just can't do nothing about it no more. The Most High has grabbed a hold of them now. Verse 13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Endure what? All this tribulation that's about to come, what I just read. Endure all that. Go to 2nd Ezra 16 and read all that, man. You can read chapter 13 and 16 and read all that. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet in Daniel 9 and 27, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Jerusalem flee into the mountains. Jerusalem is just the land. It's the people. Wherever we are is Jerusalem. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him. So that means in these days stuff start popping off. Get on top of your house. Don't come down. So if you want to hide from people, set a barrier on top of your house. If it's flat, that'd be good. Set a barrier. That way you can be up there in the fort. Don't let nobody look down on the sides. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. So always have a change of clothes in your trunk, wherever you go. Your boots, whatever it is, in your trunk. So if you need be in these last days, you know what I'm saying? You can just get up and go. You don't have to go home. You just got your stuff in your trunk. You go, you got your scope, you got your walkie-talkies in there. Your kids know where you are. You can set concordance to them through the walkie-talkies. Boom, I'm right here. Come and find me. Y'all got strapped up. Let's go. All right. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as what not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And expect those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Man, that's just so powerful. So that's the end of Torah portions. Give me 10 minutes and we'll start on the prayers. It's 4:50. At 5 o'clock we'll start the prayers, get all your kids ready and everything, and get everybody ready so we can face the east. I give y'all 10 minutes to get everybody ready. So give us 10 minutes. At 5 o'clock we'll start prayers. All right, folks. Hey, y'all. This unleavened cakes bomb. If y'all want the recipe, let me know. These unleavened cakes, man, they go hard in the paint. Wow. So everybody face the east. Pray together. So I was thinking, we start our prayer thing again. We go live and pray and stuff. That was kind of fun. I mean, thing is going. All right. But all right. Our time. Understanding the book of Malachi. We're going to get you in there. All right, we're going to do the prayers today in the Hebrew, Spanish, all right, y'all, this is the Abinawam found in the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 9 and 13. I will be reading. So please repeat after me. I try my best to enunciate this in the book. Abinawam, Hashemah, Hayah, Power, Asherah, blessed are they that don't have to repeat. Blessed are they that be patient. Happy is that people. I will install them out a higher king. I will bless that. I will praise that. Praise you, how great is something that works better than very bad. I will speak now with the declare that great shall only under many of them have seen of thy right. I was grateful for the compassion. Slow to anger, I was for merciful for all that which shall pray and think shall bless. They shall speak of the glory of thy power to make known to some that the being of power afforded all that all is of God. The eyes of all wait upon thou. I opened thy hand and said, Father, the how is right holy, but how is right holy, how is not a holy code. You will fulfill the desire of them also with your tongue. So how will preserve all them or them. My mouth shall speak all flesh, we will bless the Yahweh for our God, my God, my God, our God, 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 our worship, our God, 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 Psalm for the Shabbat. It is a good thing our she forth thy loving kindness in the morning, thy faithful condemnation, strict out from the heart of thou Yahweh has made us glad from thy work. Our triumph in the works of power, how great are thy work, also the foolish man knows not, neither do it. When the wicked that's always is that it shall praise thou Yahweh, our high, go, enemy, Yahweh, though thy enemy shall perish, for the working shall be carried. My horns, I shall be oil, my eye also be my desire, my ears shall I desire. Righteousness flourish at the top. We shall grow like a cedar of the It said that we find how the flourish, we shall still bring forth fruit. We shall be fat and flourish. She that power is upright, he is not proud. Hallelujah. The Shem. Thou shalt love thy God, all thine heart, all thy soul. Second greatest commandment, Ta'ita la'ata, la'ata, par, Banya, Ainta, Abada, Aita, thou shalt not forbear. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am. Number one, Hasha'ah. Now, when Hawashai was at the house, signing the letter, there came unto him
having a very precious ointment, and poured it his head at his. But thankful God that he had the same thing. What purpose for this ointment might go in and give point. Yahushua, he said, why trouble you the woman? She hath brought a gift on me, for ye have the poor oil, but me ye have not oil. For in that she hath poured the ointment down on the body. Here is my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever the gospel shall be the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done gold for an oil of the dust of the dust.
All right, the water for y'all for sticking through with us, and Shabbat Shalom to y'all. How about Shemel Shabbat Shalom?